this is supposed to be a value continuum, right? If you want to see to the evolution of the development of leaders across an enterprise, across a continent, across the globe, then you have to start taking a look at a continuum of value, because you've got to, you have to provide value differently, because we want to take accountability for a space that has largely struggled with providing value inside the enterprise. And so it's all these pieces. I think sometimes we talk about it, is there's a new framework. There's the phrase you used was the democratization of leadership, meaning it's for all people. You're asking to lead something inside the context of the organization, and it's analytics that help inform this rate of change and can be predictive about it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I love about what you're talking about is it's about leadership capability, the right modern leadership capability in tracking its change, rather than how we've always done this in the past, is we deliver a leadership thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the leadership thing may get measured, but then we understand the return on investment of the thing, which we didn't do a whole lot, but when we did, it's good to do. It's just that the world has literally transformed before our very eyes.
Right.
And our capability inside of the space now allows us to say, it's not about your return on investment on the leadership thing. It is about how swiftly you are growing your capability inside of the organization for
Right.
all of the individuals for whom you pay to lead, right? That's seeing to the evolution right there.
Absolutely. And, you just made a great point. Like, the world is moving at the speed of what's right here, right? And so is business. And so there's we don't have the luxury, companies don't have the luxury of time to say, we're going to develop all of these big programs and we're going to bring in this speaker and this topic. And it might inspire, it might teach some new skills, no doubt. But was it the right thing at the right time for what your business needed? And you won't know that unless you have this common framework that are measuring those right things at the individual level and how they're impacting the business to really see, again, what are those few things that you need to focus on as a leader and as a company to continue to build that muscle and that credible rate of change.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
You need a modern framework.
Yep.
You need the framework to be mappable, completely transferable and applicable to all people who lead something inside an organization. And you need a way to create quick to action insight through analytics. And that ultimately is going to inform your leadership capability rate of change. Now, given this really simple thing, what I want to do is kind of take it back to this assignment that you and I each took responsibility for before we opened up today's session, which was going out to Microsoft Copilot and starting to take it through some prompts, and starting with, how do I become a good leader? And I want to apply it to this, because what I thought that it did a good job of was, I loved how it opened with this phrase that helped me to think about, its answer helped me to know it understood that leadership is beyond a title. Right. So I loved that. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give you some points for this. But then when it went on, it gave all of this information, like, you should be a good communicator. And now let's take a look at some styles. And your style might be more authoritarian. Your style might be more servant based. And what it made me realize was this new framework was gone. Like, it's a unfulfilled, and there really wasn't anything out there that was helping me to understand how I could understand my credible rate of change. So it started right with this middle piece of how we're going to see to the evolution, but it kind of fell apart right after that. You know what I mean?
I do. And so oftentimes it feels like, when you hold that up, it's like leadership development today and in the past kind of starts in the middle of the story, right? Which is, we have this individual they have a certain title. We think these are the certain topics they need to learn and, and some behaviors that they need to adopt. And then we sort of like, we hope the feedback is good. We hope they do something really good with it. We hope it changes their lives. The challenge I personally have with that is it really doing anything for the organization if we're only focused on people who lead people and it's really all about the internal stuff? Completely missed the boat on what are those key business practices, the rhythmic business practices that actually do give you the muscle to move the organization forward.
Yep. It's missing the ability to say, what difference did it really make? And it's missing this piece about what really is the answer to the question, what's the modern framework for modern times that are gonna, actually help all the right people.
Right.
So I love this simple, looks like a little bit of a sailboat, but so Mel, kind of just to wrap some things up today, we are in the middle of, so as Rejuvi goes to market, two huge pieces of our value proposition are around a modern framework, a dimensional framework for thinking about what great, fantastic leadership looks like right now. It's multiplied, meaning it exists for lots and lots of different people, and full leadership to business impact analytics based on a credible rate of change is the other bookend of our value proposition. Now, this week we are kind of in the middle of deploying. Well, this is how we go to market, and this is our value. Oh, got to get this bookend
Yeah,
piece.
Mike, don't forget the framework.
Like, yeah, this is our value proposition. Like this is our value proposition. We have fixed the what problem, the who problem, and the how problem, and evolved leadership development that way.